And guys, straight ahead.
Right down the middle.
Excelente.
Perfect. And one more time. There we go. And one more right here. Thank you.
Matt, straight ahead.
Matt, over the shoulder.
And
Madeline.
Madeline, straight ahead, sweetie. All the way back, queen.
Madeline.
Last shot.
One more time, straight ahead.
And then last shot with that. Thank you.
Ladies, your left. I couldn't remember where it was. Yeah, I was like, that's one.
One more time.
what's your name, mate?
Emma, just looking this way, please.
Emma, looking back. Looking back, Emma.
And back this way in the corner.
Emma, to your
Swing it.
George, looking over here.
Just swing it for us.
Barrett right here.
Yes, Reiners. And one more time. And then right here. Just stay right here. And one more right here. Perfect. That's late right there. And one more time, sir.
Rennie Harmon.
And Rennie. Looking right here, Rennie.
I did. Do you know my name too?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Pleasure. What? Thank you. Thank you. Perfect. And one more time. And right here. And one more time. Work this on the skis.
Yeah, let's just
And that's now here.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Sir, in front of you.
Which one? Thank you.
Yep, all right.
That's perfect. Great.
And
And then one more right here. Thank you. Perfect. And one more time. And one more time.
Great.
And one more time. One more time. And then right here. And one more time. And one more time. And right here. And one more time.
Are you in the Stranga too? There you go, Mr. Stranga.
can you wait?
One more right here. Excellent. Yes. And one more time. And one more time.
Lily!
Lily, one more time.
Over here, Lily.
And one more time. Give me 1 second. And look. Oh, where's
That's
the
right.
guy?
Players,
Right, here we go.
the new
One more time.
doo-wop duo.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
Exactly.
There you go. And one more time. And Pablo right here.
And right next to Natalia. Natalia, right here.
Here we go. Pablo and Natalia. Natalia and Pablo.
Hello.
Thank you, guys.
Just maybe step right there.
And Rachel, take it back.
And that's now straight ahead, Rachel.
And one more time.
There you go. Perfect.
center for me right here. Thank you.
And then angle out.
Perfect. Thank you.
We can center you.
And one more time. There we go. And
Great.
focus right here. Yes. Yes. One more. And then for Julian right here. Thank you. And one more right here. Excellent. Thank you. One more right here. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Whoa. Straight ahead.
Thank you. Look right there.
Hi.
Hello.
And one more time. Look out right here. Three. One more right here. Perfect. And one more time.
No, I was just saying
One
it's
more right here.
French.
Sammy?
That's not right here.
And Sammy.
Sammy, straight ahead. Right here, bro. Sammy.
And then angle out, Sammy, real quick.
You right with
One set.
And then angle out this way.
And one more time. And for Diane right here. Perfect. And one more right here. Yes. And one more time. And we got right here. Perfect. And one more right here. Thank you. And one more time. And for him. Thank you. Speeding it up. And looking right here. And one more time. And Priscilla right here. One more right here. Perfect. Sir, you're going to have to move it. And turn your body this way.
Allison, right here.
And one more time.
Alison, ano?
And one more time.
Over your shoulder, Allison.
Stay right there, Allison.
Right there,
And
Allison.
right here.
I send you a text.
And now.
I know.
And one more time.
To us?
Light club. This guy, twist this way. Thank you. Little smile. Stay with me 1 second. And one more time. Daniel, just twist this way. Perfect. And one more time. Yeah, one more right. More. Perfect. Excuse me.
Would you like a burger?
And one more time. Perfect.
He was just a guest. Oh, we probably came because Keaton Thompson's on.
And one more time.
He's right there. You have the screen so like just down.
And right here. Right here.
Yeah, take that. One sec.
Kyle. Switch to this way. Thank you. One more. Right here. Perfect.
Shoulder, straight ahead.
And one more time. Actually, one more right here. Thank you. Right there. And one more time. And this one. And one more time. There we go. And for this one. And one more time. And for this one. And right here. Go twist. Here we go. Yes. One more. And from this way. And one more time.
No. They did the movie.
Hey, Riker, one more right here for Kanye. And one more time. Brilliant. Yeah. And for this push right here, thank you, Carissa. Yes. One more right here. Perfect. And one last time. And for him. Right here. Thank you. One more right here. And let me get one more. And right here, please. Thank you so much. One right here. Perfect. And one more time. And then right here. One more right here. Excellent. Yeah, a little smile.
Maya is a resilient young woman who makes strong and smart decisions, who is exciting and interesting and adventurous and doesn't take no for an answer. And she is on a road trip with her partner across the country, and something terrible starts to happen when they get into an Airbnb. And I think you'll be really surprised to see just how resilient she is. I have to be honest, I'm like so lucky. He's the easiest person to have chemistry with in the world. He's like so, I'm sure you probably already interviewed him. He's like kind and lovely and genuine and just, I mean, he's all of the good things that you want in a co-star and more. So I just got lucky. It was very easy. It felt really natural, honestly. I got very lucky. I showed up on set and I was like, hey, I have some thoughts and notes on, the script, and they were super receptive to it. And from that moment on, they asked me to be a producer and come on and edit the movies with them and mix the films. And I'm learning so much through this process. And it was obviously, there were moments where it was challenging and there was a lack of sleep because I had both hats on, but it was so worth it, and what a cool place to learn.
Yeah, Ryan is a very soft-spoken, vulnerable, great guy, and he loves nothing more than Maya, and so the two of them are kind of on this road trip that goes really, really for the worst that it could possibly go. And yeah, he kind of learns to say what he wants to say and love people the way that he wants to love them throughout the movie. Yeah, I'm excited for people to see him and get to meet him. It was really important for us to make sure that the couple felt like a real couple. Like, they've been together for 5 years at this point. They've talked about marriage. They know each other better than anybody else does, and they kind of share a secret language. And so we sat down a lot. And we were like, okay, what are some like little moments? What are some beats that we can hit? And it's impossible not to have chemistry with Mads. She could have chemistry with a brick wall. So we did 52 days shooting 3 movies, and not only was she like completely in it as an actor, but she was also producing and also writing and taking care of the crew and rescheduling. And I just admire her so much as a producer, as a leader, as an actor, and it was really great to get to work with her. Well, I mean, I hope they have a great ride, and I hope they get some thrills and some scares, which I think they will. I hope they're excited for their chapter 2 and chapter 3 of this trilogy, and I hope they think about the people in their life that they love, and I hope they think about what matters to them and what things they've maybe not had the courage to say quite yet, but they would in other circumstances.
It's amazing. It's been 2 years of hard work, and now we are on the red carpet, and finally the world gets to see what we've been working on. We've worked on a 4.5-hour epic, and they get to see the first chapter now, and for me, especially with horror films, seeing the audience react to what you have created is the best reward. Finding Mads was catching lightning in a bottle. Not only she is talented and beautiful, but she is a force to reckon with. And her intelligence and her resilience and her physicality and her sense of humor and everything was the glue that kept it all together. And I literally dragged these poor actors through hell, and they never complained. And Froy is just a sweetheart, and their chemistry together is something that we think is just really, really special. The key to the Strangers universe is that it's real. It is something that any audience member can feel could happen to them if they were so unlucky. There's a violent crime every 26 seconds in the United States, so it's pure luck, if you avoid that situation hopefully in your life. But the key to these movies is that it feels so realistic. It's never bigger than life. It's not supernatural. It's something very, very real. The challenge was to be shooting 3 movies at the same time and being able to adjust from one movie to another in a matter of few hours, for the actors, for the crew, for myself, being also always emotionally in the right place at the right time. And the opportunity was that you get to explore these characters for 4.5 hours instead of a normal hour and a half. It might be cruel to say, but I hope that people will really think twice when somebody rings their doorbell or knocks on their door, and never open the door without being sure that they know who's out there. And I just want the audience to have a cathartic, great experience and have fun being scared.
I feel like they've really pieced together such a great trilogy. I think people who are huge fans of this cult following, I think they're really going to get a lot more in depth and a lot more backstory, which I think is really going to excite people. I think that it could actually happen. I think it's a very, very scary thing, and I think anyone who watched the original, I think is still horrified to this day. So I think that really that really kind of frightens people deep down. I mean, it frightens me, so.
We're so thrilled, we're so excited. This is really an event, so for people to go back to the theaters and see this type of movie and franchise is so exciting for us. There was not even a question to even look farther than Madeline and Froy. Those people fit perfectly into these characters and roles, and everything that Madeline does on screen. I mean, she will blow people out of the theaters and out of this world, so especially for her to actually go into this next chapter and journey of her career is something that was really important to us, and we're excited. I think it's the fact that you just don't know what's coming, right? So it's like you're always on the edge of your seat, literally and figuratively, and so that is that's something that if there's suspense is just it's a constant throughout the whole film and all of the characters, especially like knowing that the strangers could be around you at any time. I think again it's an event, so to be able to bring people, and also it feels like a cult following and a cult classic where you bring audiences together that really understand that we can actually escape into this different world.
It was wonderful. Everyone in the cast has been doing this for quite some time, and we had the greatest time in the woods in Slovakia, which is where my parents are from. They immigrated in the 90s, so it was such a pleasure to shoot there and hear the language on set. So I can't wait. I mean, I can tell you when I worked for Blumhouse, I was in so many test screenings, curled up in a ball. So I'm kind of excited to experience that again as a viewer. Yeah.
What's unique about it is that it's a theatrical episodic experience, which is quite unique. I don't think it's ever been done before. If it has, it's pretty rare. So you get all three of them back to back. We filmed them back to back.
It's such a big property, and we are really proud with what we did, reimagining the whole story and as a jumping off point. And it's character driven, it's elevated, it's extremely visually stunning as well, in its creepiness and suspense. So we're really proud of what we did, and we hope that it really resonates with the audiences. Madeline Petch was beyond incredible. You couldn't have asked for a better Maya. What she put through in terms of the work, the dedication, more prepared than any actor that I've ever met. And she was also extremely involved creatively from the get-go, which we made her an executive producer afterwards. And Froy Gutierrez was the perfect Ryan. It's almost like they're the yin and the yang of the relationship, and they each bring out the best of that relationship, and we feel for them, we root for them. We don't have to wait a year or two to come back and be reunited to make a second installment or a third installment. So I think that's really the strongest takeaway, is being able to do all of these all at once together.
Oh my goodness, it's so exciting. The fans are so excited about the whole franchise, and it's great to be involved and to work with Rennie, who's a fantastic director. I think it's the fact that you're safe in your home, and then when people just show up, it kind of disturbs your own peace or your own shelter, and I think that resonates with everyone. I think they want the excitement that came from the original series, the original franchise, and I am excited about people seeing it in a different way, in a different light, with this incredible cast.
Is that Mark Hatton?